The mic drop.
Well, guys, I guess what's done in the dark will eventually be brought to the light. So I'm sure by now everybody's heard about Carmelo's bid for a fair trial and how that wound up. And I'm sure everybody's heard about the information that came out during this bid for a new trial. I'm going to say this. I'm going to start out by saying this. I ain't mad at all that he didn't get a new trial. Judge Chitty probably saved Carmelo from getting 99 years in prison based off of the information that was on his cell phone. They had 73 pages of records about this kid and the violent ideations that he was having, the behavioral issues. Now, I fought the media for this because a lot of the media went with the narrative because that's all we knew at the time. Everything was sealed in all fairness. Everybody went with the narrative that this was a straight A student. He was the captain of the track team, captain of the football team, girlfriend, just living a normal life when he was doing all but living a normal life. And not to be unfair to his parents, they might not have known the extremes that he was going to in his mind and the depths that he was going to in the records he was leaving on his phone. But they do know that they had to put him in a situation or an institution, I should say, for his behavior at LSU. They do know that they had to do that. They do know that he probably had anger issues or issues keeping his hands to himself. They do know that. In all fairness, in the midst of a murder trial, first of all, you have a gag order. They had a gag order in this trial. And second of all, you don't want to say anything that's going to incriminate your son because they sealed the other boy's records, the Metcalf boy. They sealed his records as well. What I would have liked to seen happen in that situation, and I understand why Mike Howard took the gentleman's agreement and did what he did, but me personally, I'm not an attorney, first and foremost, but if I were his attorney, I would have went ahead and let all that information come out in the first trial. The reason being, Austin Metcalf couldn't have been made to look like a saint, especially by his friends that got up on the stand, because the information would have been out there. Nobody would have had a moral high ground to stand on because you basically had two villains that collided, two disturbed children that collided at this point in time. I'm big enough to say when I'm wrong or when I made a mistake. I'm not going to apologize for this one, though, because based off the information that we had at the time, that's what we were rolling with. And in the midst of this whole black and white back and forth issue that we're having, left and right issue, I think it really is, they stand behind their murderers openly. They stand behind their killers, regardless how questionable the pasts are. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is no different than Kyle Rittenhouse to me. They both pieces of shit. I'm going to say it. I'm not saying that I hope the boy does 35 years in prison, but if he winds up doing 35 years in prison, it's going to be because of his own doing at this point in time.
The mic drop.